Welcome to Sleepy Time Adventures. I'm Karl, and this is my sleepy sidekick, Olly the cat. Each night, we curl up by the fire and read a gentle bedtime story, just for you. So snuggle in, get cozy, and let your dreams float on the stars. Are you ready, Olly? Excellent. Let's begin. The Curious Case of the Midnight Meowgicians. Once upon a twinkling night, in a cozy cottage nestled between the whispering woods and a snoring stream, lived two very sleepy cats, Sir Whiskerby Tumblepaws and Lady Mew Mew McSnowbottom. Now, these weren't just any cats, no. By day, they were professional nappers, sunbeam loungers, and occasional biscuit makers on fluffy cushions. But by night, they were something entirely different. They were Meowgicians. That's right, feline magicians. They had tiny velvet capes, sparkly wands. Well, one was a chewed-up chopstick, and the other was a feather toy they swore was enchanted, and a deep belief in the power of naps and nonsense. One evening, as the moon stretched its yawn across the sky, Sir Whiskerby yawned so big he nearly swallowed a moth. "Lady Mew Mew," he purred dramatically, "tonight feels magical." Lady Mew Mew, mid-stretch, blinked one eye at him. "Whiskers, every night is magical, but I suppose we could do something exciting before our 7th nap." Whiskerby jumped onto the arm of the couch and struck a pose. "I shall now perform the impossible. I will turn this ordinary hairball into a crumpet." Lady Mew Mew sighed. "We've talked about this. Last time you turned it into Dad's sock, and he still hasn't forgiven us." "But behold," Whiskerby declared, "he tapped the hairball with his wand chopstick. Nothing happened. So he tapped again. Still nothing. On the third tap, the hairball exploded in a puff of glitter. Lady Mew Mew blinked. Where did you get the glitter?" Whiskerby froze. "I think it was from the Christmas box." "You mean the one in the attic?" "Maybe." They stared at each other. Then came a low growl from upstairs. "Uh-oh, the dog." Bumble the bulldog was a sweetheart, but he was also very protective of his sleep schedule. "Retreat to the bookshelf," Lady Mew Mew cried. With a flurry of fur and a slightly tangled cape, they dashed and leapt onto the tallest shelf, knocking over 3 decorative owls and a bowl of mysterious marbles. From there they could survey the kingdom, or at least the living room. "We must be more responsible," Mew Mew huffed, adjusting her crown, which was actually a bottle cap she wore with pride. Whiskerby nodded solemnly. "Yes, from now on we only use magic for good. And snacks." "And naps," Mew Mew added. "And banishing vacuum cleaners," Whiskerby said with a shudder. They both gave a firm paw-shake. Suddenly the grandfather clock chimed 12 soft chimes. "Midnight," whispered Lady Mew Mew. "The perfect time for a snack." And so they crept to the kitchen where, through some combination of mild magic and impressive cupboard acrobatics, they summoned precisely 3 pieces of ham, a small puddle of milk, and half a cucumber. The cucumber spooked them both, obviously. "Foul vegetable," Whiskerby hissed, hopping 3 feet into the air. After the cucumber was banished behind the fridge, they nibbled the midnight feast and returned to the favorite blanket by the fireplace. Whiskerby curled up on the left, Mew Mew on the right. "I suppose we are the greatest Meowgicians the world has ever known," he murmured sleepily. Lady Mew Mew yawned. "We should start a fan club." "Too much work," Whiskerby whispered. "Let's nap about it." And just like that, with a flick of their tails and a sprinkle of starlight, they drifted into the most magical dream of all, where they turned the moon into cheese and rode it like a pirate ship. But that is a tale for another night. The end.